Faut nous connaître pour mieux, c'est pour nous tout ça bénéfice. For only wonders you done for.
Good morning. Bonjour, tout le monde à toute la Dominique et aux Antilles. C'est un grand plaisir pour nous là. Comme ici, mesdames, good morning to you wherever you are. Listening to the voice of Magic Radio, DBS Radio. Welcome to another Creole Heartbeat program on your nation station, DBS Radio. I am Ambassador Prince Wadix, and with me is the event coordinator of the 2025 Dominica Music Awards, and that's Jerry Williams. And today what we're going to be doing is kind of review the activity and some of the challenges and what it took to actually put this Dominica Music Awards together, and the success that we actually had with this particular award. Good morning to you, Jerry Williams. How are you, my friend?
Morning, Alex. I'm recovered, so I'm here, ready to rumble.
What you would give? What grade would you give the award based on your assessment of what took place on Saturday?
I would say 8 out of 10, because there's room for improvement. But knowing the challenges that we have faced and the end result of the awards, I would definitely say an 8 out of 10 would be a great.
Absolutely. I myself would give about an 8 or 8.5, and quite a bit of positives came out, and there's always room for improvement, and that's where we actually, looking out from the public, those who actually played a part, those who actually viewed, may have comments. It's in its teething stage at this point in time. Our second edition. We had the first edition a couple of years ago.
Yep.
And we decided to actually put this on because of the amount of music, first of all, that took place, let's say, over the last 18 months. I mean, Dominica was like leading from, the pack around the Caribbean, around Caribbean music, around African and Caribbean music. And it was very important that we actually documented some of the highlights of those songs coming out, the collabos, some of the writers, some of the technocrats within the music industry. Bring us up to date for those who missed out on the results, Jerry, as to those who actually won and the achievement and special prizes.
Okay, so I'm just going to go over the list of winners and also the special awardees. So we're going to start with the KFC Junior Male Artist of the Year. That went to Mighty T. The KFC Junior Female Artist of the Year, that went to Moxie Shervy. The Nature Island Praise Production Gospel Artist of the Year, that went to J. Crow. The Soca Song of the Year, Mr. Benji Zamoni. The Rising and Emerging Artist Band of the Year, Real. Parben Saran Songwriter of the Year, Shelly. DJ of the Year, DJ MJ. Republic Bank Photographer, Videographer of the Year, Media Links. Do It Center Social Media Influencer Content Creator of the Year, JL Joseph. The Signman Kadaslipso Song of the Year, Mr. Regent Chubby. The New India Assurance and ACS, AC Shillingford Calypso Artist of the Year, that is Joy. The Live Music Engineer of the Year, Sean Shillingford. Producer of the Year, Mr. Ridge Mo CEO Studio. Music Video of the Year, Shelly and Signal Band, Bye to the Old Me. Reggae Dancehall Artist of the Year, Colton T. The Josephine Gabriel Band of the Year, Signal Band. The Joshua Francis Album of the Year, Shelly and the Signal Band. Electric Room. Rainbow Hill Villa Compa Zouk Artist of the Year, Ecstasy. Promoter Event of the Year, Asa Banton Breakfast Fete. The Manager of the Year, Jelani Robinson, Signal Band. Collaboration of the Year, Little Boy, Quan and Trilogy, Someone Else. Del Najo Sports Zone Female Artist of the Year, Booyah Barbie Faithy. Dexia, Booyah Artist of the Year, Pudders. And the Courts Male Artist of the Year, Shelly. And then we have the Lifetime Achievement, that's the Office of the Prime Minister Lifetime Achievement Awards. That went to the recipients were Ophelia Mary in Kadaslipso, the late Fitzroy Williams, Kadaslipso, David Kongshel Man Benjamin, Traditional Music, Nasio Fountain Reggae, Ian Jackson Calypso and Songwriting, Jerry Lloyd Gospel, and Keith Goddard Booyah. We had some special awards. The Felix Henderson Award that went to Sonia Maglor Akpa, and the iconic award went to Krishna Dada Lawrence.
All in all, it really came down to the finals, the grand finals at the Intercontinental Hotel, and I must say it was a real spectacle. From all reports. The majority of the patrons seem to have enjoyed and felt it was, well needed at this point in time. What were the objectives of this major 2025 Dominican Music Awards, Jerry?
Yeah, basically it was to celebrate our artists, and not only celebrate them, but create a platform where they can work towards excellence, towards crafting, their talent, ensuring that there is a platform that they can look forward to work towards, creating that time period that they know, okay, we need to produce music within that space. And ensure that there is a path that the artist, no matter where you're from, who you are, that you can work towards. Whether you're a local artist or you're a Dominican living or overseas, that you there is a platform for you, for your music to be honored, to be looked at, and to be exposed.
How important was the awards to Dominica as the land which created two musical genres? We know of Calypso music, let's say 73, 74 by Gordon Henderson and Exile One, and then just about 1988 the WCK band created the Booyah music. How important was this particular awards to the music of Dominica, the cultural industries, and Dominica by extension?
It is important because if you look at it, before the awards, there was conversation about we created Kadas, we've created Booyah. We have as you mentioned, the WCK, the Exile One, the Gramax. You had those conversations, but it's basically out there is there is no measuring stick. Or let us take a look at Jamaica and how they have developed their music industry. You take a look at Trinidad, how they have developed that soca in regards to not only as performance, but as a livelihood. And I think creating the music award, it creates a conversation. If you look at the results created conversation as to comparison, who should have won, who shouldn't have won, who were on various platforms, who were not on various platforms. So it gave persons a measuring stick as to who was the best and who's not the best, and that is one of the key elements within creating the awards. Our music is full of vibes. Our music, no matter where it's played, persons are going to have fun. But then after that, what's next? There was no measuring stick as to this is Dominican music, this is the standards of Dominican music, this is where we need to take. So it needs to be beyond vibes. There needs to be a measuring stick, and that is where the music award comes into play.
How challenging was it to actually put on this second edition of the Dominican Music Awards? Very
challenging. And me personally, I'm up for challenges. I like new things. I like to create things. One of the things is listening to the artists. It was difficult getting some of the information, getting in touch with them, them taking it at a level that you expect them to take it, and once you understand that it is just starting. Some persons may do the music not for competition, not for exposure, but then you had those within the circle who took it serious because they understand the value of having the title of Artist of the Year, Booyah Artist of the Year, because it goes down on their resume. I've had conversation with managers of artists who felt that these awards would help them in applying for visa, in getting out there to perform on bigger stage. So they understand it. They're artists who have a lot of good songs, but the management structure is not where it's supposed to be, and those were the challenges of getting the artists to buy into what we're trying to do. Surprisingly, I wouldn't say surprisingly, but the public came out, the public voted. Another set of challenges was the repetition of the votes. We have to get that we basically solve it. We got it right. The judging, we have to have another meeting with the judges so that we can again ensure that we improve for the next awards that's coming, and again the support was there, not where we would like it to be, but again, persons need in our society, they need to see something happen before they can come on board.
When you say support, what you mean? In terms of, let's say, central government, the corporate entities, the public at large?
The corporate entity came on board. Again, not how we expected them to come on board. The government did come on board to the office of the Prime Minister. And then the public on a whole, supporting the event. I must say it was encouraging in regards to the number of votes that we got. But I think, again, because of how it was right after festival, and we felt internally that we needed to ensure that we have this award so that we don't go into the next music cycle of not rewarding those who achieved in this music cycle. So at the end of the day, the challenge I may say the challenge may be on the other end, but then because of the fact that we knew the importance of ensuring that we have this award before the next music cycle, it basically may pose or create a timeline challenge in regards to persons coming on board.
We have heard of the Caribbean Music Awards within our jurisdiction, but very few of the other countries do host a music awards, which actually places Dominica once again in the front seat. Mm-hmm. How you feel about that?
I feel very good about it. We are now seeing Antigua hosting their music award, so it's becoming a trend. One of the things that we have in Dominica and a lot of the other islands, apart from the Jamaica has their awards, and the Trinidad, is the large pool of musicians that we have, not only in Bouillon and in Calypso, but in surprisingly in every genre. Look at gospel, that list was almost the same as the Bouillon artists. And so we have a product that is much better than a lot of the other small islands, the other Caribbean islands, that we have quality musicians, that we can have an internal festival with just Dominican artists. And that is one of the things that makes our music award stands out and be a lead. And I can point out, even in the soca category, we had a collab between Benji and Zamoni, who's out of Antigua. He took that very serious.
And is Zamoni from Antigua.
Right. Mm-hmm. And then what I can say is, a lot of artists, we have the World Creole Music Festival, and I'm sure a lot of artists are looking forward to being on that festival. Not only Dominican artists, but artists within the region, and having the music award and including them also help. I also want to point out, even in our Bouillon, in the Guadeloupe circles, you have these artists who have sampled, or who local producers are producing for these artists, and that music is taking roots in France, in Africa. So just imagine next year we decide we want to do an international Bouillon Artist of the Year, where we not only include our local Bouillon artists, but these
extend
artists. Right. So that is our reach as opposed to the other Caribbean islands, because you're finding a lot of islands now wanting to collab with our artists.
Let's go to the night of the award. We'll get back to some other areas of the Dominican Music Award. By the way, we are in with a special Creole Heartbeat program where we are reviewing the 2025 Dominican Music Awards. The event coordinator, Jerry Williams, is with us for the hour on our special Creole Heartbeat program. It was a very tedious and difficult challenge to pull this through, but in the end, we did pull it through. Let's look at the night itself, and even the feedbacks on the entrance of the red carpet. How effective was it? And in your opinion, how was it overall?
Overall, it was. I would give a 9 out of 10. Yeah. I would be honest with you. A lot of the persons who attended took it they took pleasure in walking the red carpet, being interviewed, and even the welcome drink. Just socializing, the whole cocktail moment before the award started. You find persons conversing, networking, which was something that we thought of, that let's just not come and just have the awards. Let allow persons to network, persons to meet persons they have never met before, or persons who have met before but haven't seen them in a long while. So it created that ambience, that atmosphere where persons were able to network with each other.
I really want to commend Hassan and Milia, and also Emo, because Emo did some interviews on the inside of the facility, the hotel facility, but Hassan and Milia on the red carpet itself. I really want to commend them for really doing a splendid work.
Definitely.
What's your observation and opinion on this?
It was excellent. The chemistry was good. The question asking was excellent, and also what it did, it helped bring the audience to prepare themselves for the award itself. I can say to you safely that between the two platforms, we were over 100,000+ viewers, and that that attributed to the red carpet, that moment, that hour before the entire program itself.
And the actually award ceremony, the major or the highlight of the activity, what would you actually say about this particular section of the awards?
That is where we improvement needs to happen. Not necessarily the ambience and the setting, but then we have to look now at adjusting the date so that we ensure that the awardees are all present. I can safely say that most of the awardees that were not there, they were basically overseas. Some were stuck, could not come in. We knew what happened on that particular day. But then that is where I would like to see a very vast improvement, where it's, and again, that's on our end to ensure that the artists do come to the awards. And again, it's not, the artists did not stay away because they didn't feel that they need not to come. I've been in communication with them even before the awards. A few of them were on their way back, but then again the flights got cancelled. They could not necessarily be there.
But overall, I mean, the audience seemed to have been into the activity. The MCs held their own. What were some of the feedbacks that you got?
I got good feedbacks in regards to the whole production of the night, and I think it goes well for what we attempt to produce. But the overall, it was well received.
And I myself got quite a bit of feedbacks from several stakeholders in the industry, both locally and regionally and internationally. And they gave quite a bit of their comments as to where the event can be improved. But it was needed. It was something that Dominica should have had for a while. As a matter of fact, there used to be awards ceremonies, the Fame Awards, the Flamboyant Awards also. But somewhere along the line for the last, let's say, 15, 20 years or so, since Creole Heartbeat actually started or brought back the awards, I think 3 years ago, and this was the second edition. So, it was something needed. It was a real catalyst to really bring the artists together, and Dominica in celebration mood with the various artists and stakeholders. Let's look at some of the critics, that some of the areas, that some of the categories were not necessary. What's your opinion on this?
I did get feedback that person said some of the categories were not necessary, but then I beg to differ. And then also I would agree, like certain categories we need to separate them. For instance, like the promoter event of the year, that needs to be two separate categories, and I do agree with that, because then a professional promoter is totally different than if you're hosting an event itself. So I think that I took that well. The reggae dancehall artist, persons figure we need to separate
reggae and then dancehall.
We need to introduce the jazz element, that singing
jazz element,
right? Because then we do have jazz in the city. So we do have a lot of artists,
doing the jazz,
and
but
then
are they doing original jazz?
And that's the thing
are they doing original jazz?
They need that, and if once we come out early, we need to encourage them, because then there is a space within that time that you can create your own music. The other thing, persons had an issue, not really an issue. They felt that the social media influencer content creator of the year doesn't have to do with music, but I beg to differ, because that is one of the most important elements within encouraging persons to go to events. You need that influencers are one who influence you to attend an event, and once an influencer endorse a particular event, you barely don't go. You definitely say, okay, I have to be there because that person indicate that we should be there. The other area that we need to look at is the photographer, videographer of the year. We need to separate that, where we looked at those who create music videos, and also the photographers who basically goes to events to take photos and capture the events.
So it's two separate.
So those areas need to separate, and also we need to, as I said earlier, the international Booyah Artist of the Year. I think that's a area that we need to really look at, to introduce, because we don't want, one of the things we don't want is to lose the Booyahness or the Dominicanness of our Booyah. Whereas, let the Dominica International Booyah Awards be the ultimate Booyah Award that someone's gets. Like if Dominica endorse you as the top Booyah artist, because at the end of the day, you now have the Caribbean Music Awards. There's a Booyah section. What does stop the Guadeloupe artists from getting Booyah Artist of the Year?
Yeah, nothing.
So that basically takes, so we need to, and that is what our Booyah artists as well need to understand. We need to take our local music award very seriously, so that we are we become the platform where Booyah is honored, and we just like you have the reggae music awards. There's an international reggae music award. You want to be named in Jamaica or Jamaican branded Jamaica Awards, and we want Dominican branded Booyah artists to be the ultimate Booyah artist.
Absolutely. This is Creole Heartbeat, and we are in with Jerry Williams, the event coordinator of the recently concluded Dominica Music Awards, and from all reports, an overwhelming success. Hassan, we can possibly open the lines in a while, but I'm going to read a statement from my ambassadorial chair, and it is with immense gratitude and appreciation Creole Heartbeat would like to say thank you. A special heartfelt thank you and congratulations to the nominees, the winners, the awardees of the 2025 Dominica Music Awards. Thank you to the Office of the Prime Minister. Thank you to Marva Williams, CEO of Discover Dominica Authority. Thank you to Title Partners Big Edge, Financial Express, the Dominica Lotteries Commission, the Sign Man, TBS Radio, Your Nation Station, and Goen Global Entertainment. Platinum partners Q95 FM, NCCU, and Fine Foods Inc. Other partners include Republic Bank, Josephine Gabriel and Company Limited, Do It Center, KFC, Attorney Joshua Francis, Paben Sarah, Rainbow Hill Villa, Dr. Damian Dublin, Nature Island Praise, ACS, Dexia, Del Najis, Courts, Multi Solutions Inc., MCC, DNO, Variety News Group, the Dominica State College. The judges, you were exemplary in your deliberations. The patrons, the general public, and well-wishers. And most of all, a heartfelt thank you to the Creole Heartbeat team, comprising of event coordinator Jerry Williams, marketing specialist Julie Roberts, Amelia Dennis, and others. The overwhelming success of the 2025 Dominica Music Awards dispelled the myth that a prophet is never honored in his country and exposed the alarming disunity among stakeholders in the music industry in Dominica. A wise man once said, music is life. That's why our hearts have beats. And as leader of the Creole Heartbeat movement, I believe in the principle that elevating mankind is paramount to the fulfillment of life's journey. Music has been the blueprint of my existence, and it's imperative as a good God-fearing servant to magnify our outreach. It is factual that sound system dominated the decade of the 80s in Dominica, giving rise to a distinguished cadre of disc jockeys. It is also factual what Ikuli conquered every square feet of dancing perimeter in Dominica prior to the birth of the new generation entertainers. Further testimony will reveal the countless championships and DJ of the Year during the Fame and Flamboyant Awards to complement 29 years of professional communication and the most diverse Creole music repertoire on national broadcaster TBS Radio. With this unwavering passion, fused with the proficient skill set of the Creole Heartbeat team and profound imperial data, the 2025 Dominica Music Awards was relaunched. With a deficient Dominican and OECS barometer to measure the works of creatives, Creole Heartbeat envisioned the Nature Isle, having created two genres. Cadence Lipso and Bouillon was perfectly positioned to marshal and motivate the entertainment space. Creole Heartbeat serves as a beacon of hope and a shining light conveying the spirits of our ancestors. The 2025 Dominica Music Awards stimulated 105,700 views on all platforms. 105,700 views on all platforms. A true catalyst of upward mobility and the strengthening of a Dominican brand. Our premier targets and objectives were met. And as a nation, we should be proud of every nominee and category winner. The Lifetime Achievement Awards is something that we should really take very seriously. The Lifetime Achievement Award is, we say thank you for your exceptional and statesmanlike contribution to Dominica. The Felix Henderson Award is a true testimony of our deep-rooted Creole legacy. And the iconic award is one of trailblazing and consistency in the cultural music landscape. Special thank you to everyone who made the second edition of the Dominica Music Awards a riveting success. Indeed, there is room for improvement, and we eagerly look forward to the next edition. With the support of every sector of Dominican society, this cultural milestone event can truly evolve into a bona fide epicenter of our entertainment. So from Creole Heartbeat and Ambassador Prince Wadix, we say thank you. May the divine interventor continue to shower his blessings on our beautiful gem beyond compare. So from all walks, we want to say thank you. So if you are viewing or listening live on your nation station and you may want to contribute to what took place on Saturday, you could call us and feel free to participate in this special review as we look back at the 2025 Dominica Music Awards. So, Jerry, as you reminisce on what took place, the months of preparation, and you look at where is Dominica music presently, and we are now entering into a brand new cycle. What are some of your anticipations?
I think improvement, better production of the music. I think we're gonna see artists taking this whole music industry serious. We do have musicians who live off of music. Professionals. It's not a part-time, and they take it very serious. And then I just want to see others do the same. There is a living in music. And again, the platform we create is for persons to understand that. And I just want to also add that the Music Awards, the Dominica Music Award platform is not just putting on the awards. We also are going to have workshops where persons can understand the different organizations that are out there for them to put their music there so that they can earn a living, and what quality of music that they need to produce to ensure that you're on these platforms. We're going to get persons who are versed in that area so that our young musicians, especially our young musicians, can understand what needs to be done for not put your music out there, just not even the producers, don't just put your beats out there, because at the end of the day your beat will be out there. You don't copyright it, you don't put it where it needs to be. Somebody can take it and you know, you can sell your beat, but at the end of the day you can make a living off of it. So those are the areas that we want to really look into and tap into. So the Dominica Music Award is not just we come next year and we host another award. Throughout the year we are going to do workshops. We are going to educate the musician and the public of what needs to do, and whoever wants to partner with us is, we're welcome them.
And I'm happy you said this, because let us look at the two genres that were created by Dominicans. They say cadence calypso. I mean, quite a bit of young musicians and artists are very interested in actually continuing to perform the genre. Bia, for one, Marie Pascal, these are young people, with some energy, really willing to continue to participate. Just this morning I spoke to Calfa P, and Calfa P lamented the fact that he also wants to continue to play. Their Rose made something recently just for independence, Dice. We spoke of Dice continuing the legacy of Fitzroy Williams. So there is room for new cadence calypso music, or with a different twist, possibly a new generation, possibly with a new outfit. And there's also the bouillon music that we know that has been taking the airwaves by leaps and bounds and taking carnivals over and over and continue to dominate. How can we be organized as a true music industry? And according to Gordon Anderson, how we can monetize more from our work, or get more from our work, instead of just depending on just live performances. And I want to really ask you that point, especially on the heels of what we have seen recently. We have just been slapped with some challenges to travel to the US, which is one of our major markets for some of our artists, especially during the carnivals, the Atlanta, the Miami, the Labor Day carnival. Quite a bit of our artists do several trips throughout the year to the US. You have to look at other avenues to actually allow your music to be monetized.
I think sometimes there's every disappointment there's a blessing. And let's go back to COVID when we couldn't travel.
Yeah.
There was like 2 years, and is out of that the music awards was
Yeah.
birthed, and that is time I realized if a lot of the new musicians can attest to, that is when a lot of the good music came out.
Creatives. Yeah.
Right. So for me, I don't necessarily focus on that restriction. I'd rather encourage the musicians to use that time to create their music, and the restriction doesn't restrict them from putting their music on social media, on the different platforms, and getting it out there. So I think use that particular space to create quality music. So you use it to write, to produce, and get your music out there. So by the time the situation is resolved, you are in demand. It's like you are in hibernation, putting out great music, and the demand for you is even greater because of that particular restriction.
Absolutely. We saw the young male award and also the young female award, but then there were also nominees. Apart from, is the Leo Club that's normally
Leo Club, yes,
normally takes care of the Buyo and Soca. How as we as a country going to harness those talents? Because there's one such show per year, which normally takes place for Carnival, but you can actually see within those artists there is so much energy and creativity, and they are eager to actually produce. How are we going to assist, let's say, the Leo Club to continue the mission that they are on with the younger people, to harness them to be like that cushion and even that platform where we can really celebrate the younger people, especially within the, let's say, the high school age, and how we're going to collate, because lots of energies are all over. And some of these young people, how are you going to get them to elevate to the next level and continue and to be successful if they decide to pursue music as a career?
I'm happy you asked that question. First, I would say, in regards to us as Creole Heartbeat, and we're open to the Leo Club to use our platform in whatever way they wish to promote the young artists, to bring them on our various programs. We do have our magazine that we have also to promote them. But I want to emphasize, some time back I had a conversation with Mr. Lather. I think he lives in Roseau there. He's part of the Swinging Stars.
Oh, that's Norman Lather or
Right.
Peter Lather? Norman?
I think it's Peter's father.
Peter's father, Norman Lather.
Right.
That's a
And
great. I think we're getting a call, Hassan. Are we getting a call? Let's take the call, man. Good day, Creole Heartbeat. Good morning to you. Bonjour, Happy New Year.
Thank you, and the same to you.
Thank you very much. Any comment on the Dominica Music Awards?
Yes.
Okay, go right ahead.
I just wanted to call as someone who genuinely enjoyed the evening.
Thank you very much.
And I appreciated the turnout and the support for all our artists. I think the energy in the room really showed how much people still care about Dominican music and culture. I also think it's healthy that we're having a review, because every edition is a learning experience.
Yes.
And there are definitely ways the show can continue to evolve and become even more exciting. I am definitely looking forward to that. One of the things I remember telling Jerry tonight, it would be nice every time someone wins, would hear the song they won be the song playing in the background.
Yes.
So I'm pretty sure that's something that we can look into in the future.
Yes.
But overall, I just want to commend the artists, of course, the organizers, and the audience for showing up. There was the I don't remember exactly if it's the elderly. I don't remember the exact name.
The
but
vibrant,
they
the
really
vibrant
showed
senior
up.
citizens.
The vibrant senior citizens. They really showed up. I saw Jean; she was dancing away. You could tell that they were enjoying. So going forward, let us just keep supporting our local talent and also see how we can support the Dominican Music Awards that can grow from strength to strength.
Thank you very much, caller. And may God bless you. Great. Quite a bit of but the music aspect. I kind of agree. I got that sentiments from Guadeloupe in particular that they needed to have some of the music played instead of just the name of the artist. The music to accompany. And I think this is a very, very good suggestion. Because of once again time, we were sort of constrained. Ophelia, and that's the beautiful thing about Ophelia. Normally, there's she has that following, and the vibrant senior citizens. I mean, we need to commend them highly because they showed up. They were enthusiastic. They were dressed to the par. They were dancing and they were enjoying themselves. And I would say, the essence of Dominica was on parade. And I hope that, possibly our younger audience could emulate from their camaraderie. They stuck together as a group. They drank together as a group. They sat together as a group. And they enjoyed everything as a group. And I really want to commend Annette Bates, who is actually the leader of the Vibrant Senior Citizens. I'm a member of the Vibrant Senior Citizens. But they all came to support your sister Ophelia, who was presented with a lifetime award. And I want to read Ophelia's comments, because some of those comments, were so touching. And I want to read some of Ophelia's comments, which was, to my mind, it was really, 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 really touching. Let me thank you again for the great and unique work that you are doing for us musical creatives in Dominica. Feelings of appreciation and recognition give you a sense of being encouraged and motivated. I am particularly pleased that you and Jerry allowed special privileges to the vibrant senior citizens. Thank you. Thank you ever do much of the work that you do not even know of. Okay. The decisions, the thought process, conceptualizations, planning strategies, the navigation and around support, and even non-support and sponsorship, personalities and the rest. Words are not enough, but thanks to you and your hard-working Creole Heartbeat team. And that's coming from La Grande Dame de la Chanson Antillaise, Ophelia. And this is one of the things that encourages, someone who has blazed the trail, someone who has done exemplary work for Dominica, someone who has broken the ranks of only male front performers. She was one of the first female to actually break the ranks, respected, the married woman, university grad, was accepted throughout the Franco world. As a matter of fact, she was awarded out of Dominica before in Dominica, and she continues to be a pillar of strength and bringing along a whole team. And it was organized. They had their buses, and they had they asked for their tickets in advance so they wouldn't get any issues.
They set
and
the pace.
they get special privileges. So I really want to thank the vibrant senior citizens for really coming down and having a good time and supporting not only Ophelia but supporting the event. And that's what you look forward to, because music is not only consumed by the young generation. I also got quite a bit of comments, Jerry, on the gospel component. And this component, by the way, we'll be having, I think, a gospel concert sometime on the 28th of February. I think it was launched earlier, just before our program. But then I got some responses as to we should put some more energy into the gospel component, because most times, because of the let's say the consumption of the more entertaining music, or let's say the more worldly music, we sometimes forget that gospel is also a very important component, and in particular Creole gospel. I was asked to encourage Creole gospel music, but then Ken Robinson normally holds that show, and he was a partner with us this year. Ken Robinson, and what's the name of the organization?
It's Nature
Island, right? They normally have a show as a matter of fact, it's a competition.
Yep.
It's more or less a competition they normally host every year, where they actually look for brand new gospel songs. So that's gospel songs from Dominica, and this is a tremendous feat that we have to continue to encourage. But then a very important sector that I was asked to encourage is Creole gospel. Jerry Lloyd, a big exponent of that. We had someone called Xavier Foster, who is the father of Little Boy.
Okay.
The late Xavier Foster, who resided in Martinique at the time of his death, who is the father of Little Boy, who is now an awardee, who played Creole gospel, but no longer is with us. But it's a genre or a type of gospel, in as much we play in cadence, and we push in cadence. We can kind of promote Creole gospel, and I also got comments of the Dominican Afro. So then that's where I guess our doctor friend from Cameroon comes in.
Marie Pascal. Yeah.
Marie Pascal should be encouraged. So Jerry, what is coming out of this particular awards? Energies from Dominicans who want to perform, who want to sing, who want to create, and they want to feel part of the awards. So whereby their genre or their space was not included this year, they are requesting for additional categories so that they can participate. So I really love the Creole gospel aspect, because I believe it's a wonderful intervention. That Creole gospel is a different dimension to our music. We are a Creole people, and yes, we have the entertaining bouillon and the whatever, but then a different dimension for Lent. Play some nice Creole gospel during the Lenten season, and everything should not be just upbeat and carnivalish. I think there's a time and place for everything. So once again, quite a bit of comments for inclusiveness in other areas to widen the talent base. But we must remember, and we must tell our listeners and viewers the amount of nominees and even votes that came out, because this was tremendous, and this is part of the overwhelming success. And even reiterate the amount of views on the night, so you can actually document those again, Jerry.
All right, so basically we had over 300 nominees for different categories. In regards to vote, we have...
And all these were Dominicans.
Just Dominicans.
Dominicans far and wide. And I mean, Dominicans in the diaspora, Dominicans living home. Over 200 nominees.
300.
Over 300 nominees. I mean, this is, in other words, 300 artists from Dominica. Dominica can have its own, event, its own sunsplash, its own, So that is, that's quite unique. A bit of talent base.
Yeah, that is unique.
That is unique.
Only Jamaica and Trinidad, and I keep saying that we are at that level in regards to.
I mean, let us examine this, man, Jerry. This needs to be commended. A small space like Dominica, 289 square mile, less than 70,000 people, over 300 different artists were nominated.
Yep.
Singing, this is amazing. I mean, this is tremendous, and this is amazing. And then the participation from the public was also overwhelming.
Yeah, we had over 10,000 votes.
Yeah.
That came in. And then in regards to the night of the awards, when we combine all the social media platform, we had over 100,000 persons viewing the award ceremony. So again, this is something that we need to be proud of.
Moving forward, Jerry, because right on the heels of this awards, Carnival it will be opening this coming Saturday. We heard of the launching of the gospel concert today. So right away, music is going to be at our doorsteps. The calypso component. There's going to be jazz later on. It will be so good because you mentioned jazz earlier, and jazz seemed to be a very popular thing those days.
Yep.
But then my only concern though is, are we creating new jazz or original jazz music? I know we have quite a bit of jazz musicians, and there's jazz entertainment every week. There's a space for jazz, but are we producing adequate, original jazz so that it can be actually, because the songs must be original.
Yes.
To be eligible, to be nominated, the songs must be original. But then all this can be included because it now shows that Dominica is in almost every single genre, from Afro to soca. The only genre we are not that strong in is R&B, possibly.
And I'm sure there are.
And I'm sure there are. There are. There are, but it's just a matter of getting exposed to it.
We do have local rap artists.
Of course, there are local rap artists. There are local rap artists. So we're looking at this in the short term, Jerry. What are some of what's your vision in the short term and in the long term with this Dominica Music Awards?
Okay, so before I go into the short term and long term, we did touch on the youths, and I just want to emphasize that we need to go back into the schools, because a lot of our top bands were created out of schools.
Yes.
And I just think if we start to have the music, the bands, even the schools can invest in instruments, steel bands, different instruments.
And we can give a few examples. For instance, Ramax was the grammar school and St. Mary's Academy.
I understand. Swinging Stars was
it was once called the Swinging Teens. Even Gordon Henderson and Fitzroy, these guys,
Signal Band.
They were part of Voltage 4 before they move on to Higher Heights. There was Rough and Ready. Darrell Bob and Rough and Ready started at the St. Mary's Academy, and there was Shelly and Signal Band. WCK guys, were part of both. But school, they started from school. They started so quite a bit. So I guess that school is a real nursery ground.
Yep. I just wanted to emphasize.
No, but this is important. That is why the support needs to be there for, let's say, the Leo Club. The support needs to be there for the Leo Club to continue to harness those energies. We didn't even mention Joy, the reigning Calypso Monarch,
she performed
also
on that night.
That night, but then once again, Calypso very prevalent. Expecting new Calypsos. I think the quarterfinals should be very soon. It's next week. So quite a bit of activities already on the hills, Jerry. This weekend is the opening of Carnival. Next weekend is quarterfinals. So already the activities are, and I guess the tents will be opening at the same time. So a lot of brand new music will be coming out. We heard of a few already out. We heard the calendar rhythm, and we have several other Bouillon music already at the front. Gone are the days where Bouillon music would be, you'd have to wait for the last week or two. Now you are seeing the more the Bouillon bands are producing and continuing to produce throughout. Signal Band released a song, I think it was on Boxing Day. I think it's like a reservoir of talent and music from Dominica. So yes, short term and long term.
Short term, basically we for us is to do a post-mortem, a review. The other things that we want to do is to attend as much events as possible.
Yeah.
To
have scouts,
reach out to the DJs as well to send their playlists, because that's also going to be a assist us, where we can. I think sometime back we had the top 10 on in regards to that. We want to reintroduce that present. So we are also going to do workshops in the near future in regards to getting the artists to educate them as well. We're going to launch right after Carnival. We're going to open nomination for 2026 Music Awards. And so those are some of the stuff that we have in the pipeline. We're also now going to produce the magazine of the awards itself, where the finalists will be featured, the winners will be featured. So that will be in time for Carnival Monday, Carnival Tuesday. So those are some of the stuff that we have right now in the pipeline to happen right away.
In the long term?
The long term is to improve on the music awards, is to help in getting our artists out there, increase the visibility of Creole Heartbeat. I think some persons felt Creole Heartbeat was just a platform. Now realizing that we're doing way more than just on the radio. There's stuff that we're doing in the background. So we are going to look to improve and expand Creole Heartbeat in the long run. We're celebrating 5 years as of 2025. And so we intend the next 5 years to be even bigger and better. And also to mention that you will be receiving an award.
Yeah.
That is very important, on that platform.
Yeah, this coming Saturday in Miami. The prestigious award for the promotion of Haitian compa music. So I give the thanks and praises to the Father for the opportunity to be a Creole person holistically. So I am one who live a Creole life. I have a passion for Creole music and the language and everything Creole, the cuisine. And fortunately for me, I've been promoting Creole music for over 4 decades. It was noticed by a guy called Robert Shallow of Top Vice when he came to perform in Dominica, and he recommended me for that particular award. So hopefully I shouldn't get much issues at the U.S. immigration, and should attend this award ceremony this coming Saturday at I think 5 o'clock in the afternoon. And I'm looking forward to it, to represent Dominica, represent Creole music, even represent the World Creole Music Festival as a founding member, because we have included Haitian music at every single edition of the World Creole Music, a minimum of 2 bands. And being the band selection committee chairman for several years, and playing the music 29 years relentlessly on national radio, and 15 years relentlessly or from what he call it is, Jerry. So it's over 4 decades that it continues. And I can't see myself playing anything else or including myself in anything else, because it is a calling. Sometimes you feel it's a calling. And when you look out there and you see not very many people are interested in, not even in the language, you feel that it's a responsibility. And to follow the hills. That's why it was important for us to continue the name and give an award for the language. And Mrs. Akpa, well deserved, got this particular award this time for what she has done. She has been an original member of the Comité pour Études Créole, and she's a linguist. And she teaches the Creole language. She advocates. She's right now working in the KEC committee to have a brand new dictionary. Of Ano Upon Creole. She was one of those involved in producing this. So it was important that we continue the Creole legacy and make or create avenues to elevate. I think our responsibility as human beings is to elevate other people around us, and that's what Creole Heartbeat is trying to do. I don't think our life would be fulfilled if we just ourselves alone are happy. I think if we can make everyone else, or as many people as possible, happy as we move, that is one of the major objectives of Creole Heartbeat. Final words, and then I will read my thank you for the final time, if Hassan would allow me, and then we'll say bye-bye.
I just want to again thank everyone for the role that they have played. But before we say goodbye, I want you to the award itself. One of the reasons why we decide to have the award made by a Dominican and
residing in Guadeloupe.
Is the fact that we want everything to be rooted in
Dominica.
us in Dominica. Yes, persons may say, "Oh, we should have gotten this X, Y." No, we want it to be. We
Truly
want it a truly Dominican.
I
award.
mean, so first,
And
I mean,
want you to explain
we have to be
the-
proud.
yeah.
It is important that we are proud of. The awards were made by a Dominican, Orlando Dillon. That's he resides in Guadeloupe. But he does that for most of the companies in Guadeloupe and far afield. He went as far as China with some of his Dominican products. He's in Dominica quite often, promoting and producing some of his, showcasing some of his stuff. So we felt it was very important to work with him, and he has worked with us, one of the partners of this particular venture. So big up Orlando in Guada, you know, but he's a Dominican.
Yep,
So
yep.
final words, Jerry, and then I will read my thank you if Hassan give me permission. I see he just got some final instructions from Ivona.
All right,
Okay,
so again,
I can read my
go ahead,
I
go
can read
ahead.
my thank you, my bones. All right.
Go ahead.
Okay, so I'll read my thank you and then you'll say the last words.
Yes.
Okay. It is with immense gratitude and appreciation, Creole Heartbeat would like to say thank you. A special heartfelt thank you to and congratulations to the nominees, the winners and awardees of the 2025 Dominican Music Awards. Thank you to the Office of the Prime Minister. Thank you to Marva Williams, CEO of Discover Dominica Authority. Thank you to title partners Big Edge Financial Express, Dominica Lotteries Commission, the Sign Man Ibrahim Brohim, DBS Radio Your Nation Station, and Goen Global Entertainment, and Mr. Gordon Henderson. To Platinum Partners Q95 FM, NCCU, and Fine Foods Inc. And other partners including the Republic Bank, Josephine Gabriel and Company Limited, To It Center, KFC, Attorney Joshua Francis, Paben Sarah, Rainbow Hill Villa, Dr. Damian Dublin, Nature Island Praise, ACS, Dexia, Del Nages, Courts, Multi Solutions Inc., MCC, DNO, Variety News Group, and the Dominica State College. The judges, you were exemplary in your deliberations, the patrons, the general public, and well-wishers. And most of all, I want to say thank you to the Creole Heartbeat team comprising of event coordinator Jerry Williams right here with us in the studios, marketing specialist Julie Roberts, Melia Dennis Joseph or Joseph Dennis, and others. The overwhelming success of the 2025 Dominican Music Awards dispelled the myth that a prophet is never honored in his country and exposed the alarming disunity among stakeholders in the Dominican